But you say that you were kind of in denial.
I wasn't the only
this.
one. I would say that 90% of the intellectual people in Iran, they were in denial because we believe we have got a strong military, a strong country, a strong economy, and very good agenda for the country. We didn't believe that the mullah would come in and with the agenda that Allahu Akbar, God is great, and change everything overnight. Nobody believed that. Not only the Iranians, they didn't believe that. The United States and the other countries in the world, they do not believe that, what happened to Iran.
They just felt like this was something that would pass.
That would pass, and they always, 99.9% of the intellectuals, they believe that the Shah, with his popularity and with his military, can actually take care of any problem that comes in.
So at what point did you start to fear for your personal safety?
It was 3 days before revolution, and I was in my office, and I saw a few demonstrators outside, a few hundred, I would say, or 1,000, and I saw them shooting at the building.
At your building?
At my
This
building.
is the naval.
As a matter of fact, it was one bullet came through the glass of my office. I was eating lunch at that time in my office. I went under the table, and I contacted my boss in the Navy headquarters, and they gave me a few soldiers to go ahead and protect the building, and they gave me a gun to protect myself.
And that's when you realized this is really serious.
I realized that, hey. And of course, 3 days later, I was supposed to go up north because there was demonstration among the cadets in the academy and in the naval school, but the revolution was that bad that all the roads were closed and I could not go. And that was the last day that I was in the Navy.
Top-level military officers like yourself were among the first to be executed. Isn't that right?
The very first day, I should say this. The day before revolution, it is my understanding it was a telephone call between the United States State Department to the Iranian embassy. And during that telephone call, they had decided to give the green lights to the Iranian armed forces to do a coup.
And had the Shah left at this point?
The Shah was out of the country. The Shah was out of Iran, and it was, Bakhtiyar was the elected prime minister, and Khomeini was in Iran. Demonstration, they were everywhere. At the same time, the telephone was connection with the headquarters of Khomeini. So whatever Mr. Sullivan was talking on the phone, they were hearing. All of a sudden, someone came and said that this is the United States State Department wants to talk to Sullivan. On the other side, it says that, who's speaking? This is the Khomeini's headquarters. They say, we wanted to see if the Iranian armed forces are ready for a coup. Immediately, that conversation was given to Khomeini. Khomeini, with his militant, they took 300 officers overnight, in one night. The 300 top-ranking officers that night, that most of them were prison, and the top one was executed within 5 minutes or 20 minutes trial. That is, actually, that telephone call, you may say that the green light, and they expressed the revolution to the Khomeini.
But you were a top naval officer. How did you survive that?
When I left my office for the last time, my driver did not come to pick me up the next morning.
Because he was afraid that you were a target?
Because it was the order from the Khomeini that the drivers kill their own officers. So I think I was fortunate that he didn't come. And it was the order for them, either kill them, bring them to the headquarters, arrest them, or don't go to pick them up. And he didn't come. So I tried to call the headquarters. I couldn't get any answers. And I started to drive myself, and I saw the streets jammed with full of people, yelling, shouting, shooting, and everybody was armed. And I saw on the television that they have the militants, they have approached to all the military bases, they have captured all the arms. I knew the time was wrong. I was in hiding for 3 months myself in various places, and miraculously I could get the passport with my wife and 2 kids, go to England first, and then come to United States.
You've never been back to Iran since?
I have got a head on my shoulder.
Well, tell us a bit about your childhood and your religious upbringing.
I was born in a Muslim family. My mother was very religious. She read Quran all the time, prayed 5 times a day. My father was a banker, did not believe in any religion, including Islam. And I remember that I used to pray. In the cold winter weather, I had to go to the water and wash my hands, my arms, my face, and pray early in the morning before sunrise, at noon, at sunset. And during the Ramadan, I used also to fast with my mother. I went to mosque, and I listened to these mullahs. And I remember very well, till about 7, 8 years old, exactly. Even I remember, I'm 72 years now. I remember what mullah was saying when I was 5 years old.
Your mother used to say to you, never trust the mullahs.
My mother was a modern Muslim. She knew the good parts of Islam. And she never believed that Islam, you have got to go and kill anybody, including your enemy. You have got to talk with your enemy first. She always believed in the good charity, but she never trusted mullahs. She always said that the mullahs, they have one hand to get and the other hand to hold. They would never give anything back. And she knew that deep down the mullahs, they have got some devil thought in their mind. And I believe with her. And what she taught me remained in my mind.